I don't know what is going on with the light. Hello friends. I'm sorry if the lighting is kind of bad. The sun is going down because of daylight savings. My son is in the back as per usual. So my editing is going to be kind of rough because I'm going to have to try to work over his iPad and all that good noise. But it's okay, we're gonna get this done. So you're here because you want to lose back fat. And what I mean by back fat is that annoying flab or fat that clings to the back muscles and creates a fold of skin above the waistline, or if you're a woman, that bulge that just goes over the top of your bra band that we just love so much. I feel like I look super wide and just huge, part of the sweater, you know? It would be better if I got like a more normal angle. Okay, anyway. So if you want to lose back fat, I have some good news and some bad news for you. So bear with me, please. Of course, as I always mention, I'm no type of expert on anything. Everything I talk about and share with you in my videos is just based on research that I've done and the experiences that I've had, things that have worked for me, things that haven't. So today I'm sharing with you what has worked for me and what science says can or will help you. So I'm gonna share some before and after pictures really quickly just to kind of give you an idea of like what I'm referring to, at least how it looked like on my body before, and to show you that for me those areas of like excess fat have actually gone away, like as far as I can tell. So as you can see here, I had back fat bulging out over my bra. I had it underneath as well. You can see the crease or fold I had above my waist even when I was standing straight up. I also had that lower back fat where my muffin top is, like way down on the bottom of my back. Now that we know what area we're trying to address here, I'm gonna start with the bad news. And don't be discouraged, stick around. Continue to watch the video, it gets better, I promise. The sucky news is that science says that it's actually impossible to spot reduce any area of fat. So you can't focus on losing any one particular area of fat that you want to lose on your body. It just doesn't work that way. But the good news is that you can still manage to lose that stubborn back fat. It's definitely not impossible. And if I can do it, you can do it too. There just aren't any like straightforward magic tricks that are gonna A, make it happen overnight, or B, focus only on that area. You're gonna have to put in some work and you're gonna have to lose fat in other parts of your body. You can spot tone. Why do I have I have a bird in my hand. Thank you, son. You can spot tone an area by working on a specific group of muscles that you either want to like tone up or even build. For example, in this case, like the muscles in your back. But in order for that to make any real like noticeable difference, you still need to tackle the whole picture, which includes proper nutrition, good strength training, back fat exercises, and some cardio. Now, I know this sounds like a lot, and like I said, don't get discouraged because I honestly didn't even like purposely do any of these like with that in mind. When I lost the back fat, it was kind of just a result of losing fat everywhere else, and I'll get more into this later. It's not that easy, but it's also not as hard as I just made it sound. So translation, you need to reduce overall body fat in order to lose the back fat. That's like the simplest way to put it. I'm sorry if that's not what you wanted to hear. I do have a few helpful tips that are things that worked for me that kind of help speed up the process a little bit. And there is, oh my god, here I go again. Random toys. I do have an additional tip. If you stick around, you'll hear it. This isn't something that I learned through research or have even seen anyone else try this, but I honestly feel like it helped so much, and it worked wonders even when I wasn't intending for it to do that for my back fat specifically. My son is just trying his hardest to talk over me. I wonder where he gets this from. I don't want to bore you guys with things that you might already know, but there are just some things that are going to be essential to losing back fat that you cannot go around. Like I mentioned before, cardio is one of those things. I'm not saying that by doing a ton of cardio it's just gonna melt off, but it is something that you definitely need to incorporate. Just do some type of cardio, get your heart rate up, start sweating. But in conjunction with that, don't commit dietary sabotage. It really doesn't take much to sabotage all the hard work that you've done in the gym or wherever you get your workout in. First and best way to ruin all that hard work is by eating poorly. Now, I know that's probably the hardest thing for a lot of people is the nutrition part of it to like actually be disciplined enough to eat right. But burning fat overall and getting a leaner sculpted back, not that I'm saying I have that just yet, but obviously I have toned it up a little bit. It's gonna take discipline and a structured eating plan. When I say it's not as hard as it sounds, it's really not. I'm like no good at figuring out the nutrition part of things. I just like kind of try to make better choices. And one of those important better choices is making sure that you're not overdoing it on highly processed fast foods, fried foods, things that aren't really going to benefit you as far as nutrition goes. I want to say cutting out all those unnecessary carbs, like just going low carb in general, is what really helped me lose that excess water weight initially, lose fat overall, like in my midsection, and of course lose that back fat. Another tip that goes kind of hand in hand with that is cutting back on things that are like high in sodium and sugar. A diet that is high in sodium or sugar can also contribute to inflammation in your body. This makes back fat and bloat appear to be way more significant. So yeah, there are some things that you can change as far as your nutrition that don't require you to be an expert on nutrition. It's just making a lot better choices and understanding how that's going to affect like how much water weight you're carrying, how bloated you are. I honestly never really thought that that was a factor. I guess I only ever thought of bloating as occurring like in the front midsection, but it's true, that shit will come up on your back and give you rolls even when you're standing up straight. One thing that I'm not going to go too far into that is something you can do but I didn't necessarily do because I didn't really have to lose the back fat. Obviously if I wanted to tone up and like build more muscle, I could incorporate this, but I just haven't yet, and I'm not gonna lie about it. Doing back exercises, there's definitely something that can help you probably speed up the process too a little bit and just get better results by focusing on those back muscles. Won't really talk too much about that today because like I said, I only talk about what I know about or I tried to learn about, and that's not one of those things. What I will mention, and I'm sorry if I have mentioned this more times than you want to hear, but it is the truth. Waist training. I don't just want to say like waist training because I don't think that you actually need a waist trainer for this. I think you need some sort of like faja or some sort of garment that will help you sweat that you can apply during your workout. Guys, this can go for you too. I'm not saying that you need to buy a waist trainer either, but I think what really helped is a combination of some things that I did when I started to try to lose weight. Like I said, you can't focus on losing weight in one area, but what I did to try to kind of see better results in my midsection and also kind of in my back, I would apply like a sweating cream around my midsection and also on my back, just right underneath where my bra would sit before I would work out. I didn't do any type of crazy workouts. Initially, I was just going on a walk for like 30 minutes, 45 minutes a day because that's really all I could handle at first. Like I was so out of shape, and even that got me sweating. And yeah, I would apply a sweating cream. I would then wrap myself with like a clear plastic wrap or saran wrap. That really got me sweating. And then over that clear saran wrap, I would put on either my waist trainer or like a sweat belt. That really helped me like sweat that much more in that particular area every time I would work out. When I would take it off, I would literally be dripping sweat. And honestly, the times that I didn't do that, which were very few, I didn't notice myself sweating there nowhere nearly as much as when I did do that process of applying the cream and the saran wrap and wearing the sweat belt. Now, I know a lot of people say like those creams or whatever just help you lose like water weight in that area, and you pretty much replenish that water and go right back to that before. That's like the science behind why those things kind of help a little bit. But honestly, doing that long term, I think really did help see those permanent results. Oh, my son is telling me to shut up, so I gotta hurry up. But honestly, that even during spans where I have stopped doing that, I don't gain it back. It wasn't just like water weight that I lost. It wasn't just short term. I have kept all that fat off of my back. So yeah, I think it was all a combination of eating healthier for the most part, starting to do some type of cardio, and when I did that cardio or exercising, trying to make myself sweat more in those particular areas, and just toning up that part of my midsection as well as my back with a sweat belt or a waist trainer. I have to say it a million times, you're not going to see things overnight. It's going to take some time and you're going to have to be patient, but it is so worth it. I'm going to show you how my waist trainer fits and why I say I think it actually has helped a lot with the back fat. Yeah, it reaches really far up, like right, this is where my bra is. And yeah, it's kind of pushing up, but I don't stand like this. Yeah, it's usually like all the way up to where my bra is, honestly, and it gets those parts sweating. I mean, I don't know, it could not be the waist trainer, but I honestly love to believe that it has helped a lot, especially after having the baby and getting fat in places that I really didn't ever used to have fat before. I never had rolls like that on my back, just standing up straight, until I had my son and just totally let myself go. Obviously, I didn't get to choose where I lost fat. If I could have, I would have lost my stomach and kept my mom boobs, the boobs that I gained when I was fatter. Your body's gonna decide what's gonna go first, and it's usually not the stuff you want to go first, so you just gotta stick to it. Don't get discouraged. If you have any questions, I'm all ears. I hope I can continue to do some of these like tip videos or whatever on what has worked for me, because let me tell you, I have tried a lot of things. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it this far, please give this video a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. It really helps my channel. And of course, hit that subscribe button so you can get notified when I post more videos. And yeah, I'll see you guys during the next one. Bye.